Jesus Culture was the name of our summer youth conference. And Chris Kilala is the other, worship leader, I guess, that people would recognize in Jesus Culture Band. And him and I started kind of running the youth worship team. Honestly, I was mainly just trying to teach teenage girls how to sing and how to be part of the team. That was the main thing I was doing. And our summer youth conference one year, we just decided, we really want to help young people to grow in their relationship with the Lord. And we were discovering that what was happening was they were like having this encounter with God at the conference, but then they were going home and kind of starting to go backwards or, kind of lose that momentum. And then they come back to the conference in the summertime, we'd have to kind of go back and kind of start over again. And we wanted them to have something that could keep them moving forward in the relationship with God. And that way, when they came back the next summer, we're kind of built up a little bit, So we recorded our worship set there at the conference. We had no money. It wasn't fancy. It was like, push record on the tape deck or something, I don't know. And it worked. We recorded the worship set. We wanted to capture a moment. We weren't trying to capture songs, or we just wanted to capture a moment, what God was doing. So we really wanted people to encounter Jesus, but then we wanted them to be able to do that at home, have something that they can push play and they can be back in that moment and they can feel his presence, they can grow in his presence. And we're so excited that after we released the album, when they came back the next summer, it worked. What we had hoped would happen had happened. These kids were more on fire, more passionate. It's like they had actually been encountering God, in their bedrooms, in their cars, wherever they're listening to the album. And when they came, they were ready to go deeper. They were ready to go further. And it felt like we could really start building momentum with these kids. And so the Lord began just kind of growing us and growing our reach. So by the time we did the second recording, we decided this time to do to film and to capture the moment actually as a DVD. And that is what changed everything, because after it came out, all of a sudden some kid had uploaded the video of How He Loves onto YouTube. I remember my little brother, who's probably 10, 11 at the time, called me and said, "Sissy, you're on YouTube." And I said, "What's YouTube?" I didn't even know what it was. And he shows me how to get to that. And I look at this video and I'm like, "What is this number right here?" And he said, "That's the number of people have seen this." And at that point it was 22,000 and it hadn't been up very long. So of course we ended up having to take the video down and put it up legally, all the legal stuff. But it just took off, it went viral. And at that point, that's when the Lord just it's like he took Jesus Culture and just put us on a rocket. And all of a sudden, there's churches and people around the world that are calling and saying, "Can you come and do a Jesus Culture conference in my state, in my city, in my nation?" And we just began going out and doing what we do and what we've always done with the Lord, but in other places around the world. And myself and Chris, our keyboard player, Ian was a kid in the youth group who we were, raising up. We've all been with Banning for me, it's been about 16 years. For Chris, we're looking at 20 years. We've been a team for a really long time. And our core values have always been centered around, our team and God first, his presence first. It's the most important thing. And just letting the Lord lead us and grow us and guide each step. And then about a year and a half ago, we got sent out from our church and got sent to Sacramento, California to plant a church. And so Jesus Culture is now expanded from a ministry and a worship movement to a church. And we celebrated a year last September, so we're about a year and a half into it. And it has been the most rewarding and exciting experience for all of us. So now we're we're getting, to do what we do, but building it in a local community. And it's what we're focusing on now. It's been awesome.